Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be working on the garage's doors yet again. So, we painted these last night, come out here this morning. They've soaked up most of the paint, but like I said, this coat was just kind of sealing the wood just a little bit. When we get them up there, we get them hung, we're going to repaint them. So, we're not too worried about that. But this morning, we went up there and did some figuring kind of where we want to put our hinges. So as you can see here, we have a chalk line here. I have a chalk line here. We're going to leave 6 inches, and then our one by is going to have one across here, one across there, and then do a RZ pattern in these. So like I said, we're going to repaint these, so we're not too concerned about it. And then we're going to have some pieces come up down the side here. So this side, being the side with the lap on it, is where our hinges are going to go. We're also going to notch this out for our hinges to sit. So our hinges, our screws for our hinges are going to go through the 1x, through this 1/2 inch OSB and into our 2x4s. So it should be plenty strong. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started here and see if we can get at least 2 of these hung today. All right, so I actually just finished this video and give y'all a little bit of a sneak peek there. But I wanted to mention, if y'all got any value out of today's video, if you found it helpful, or if you just enjoyed the video, whatever it may be, please get down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. But anyway, let's get back to the video. Okay, so we have our first door trimmed out. Now, we were debating on putting trim here. We will have to see. I want to hang it. I want to look at it and see what we think. But got these notched for our hinges. Look super nice. Hinges are mounted nice and straight. We did these kind of backwards. We did add another hole in these right there, but we did these a little bit backwards of what I think you're supposed to, because with these, I wanted it to hit. Where's another one? Let me find another one real quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So with these, they have like a bit of a stop where it hits, like so. So I wanted this to be like so. This is not going here. Well, yeah, I guess it is somewhere, but I wanted it to be like so. That way, the door has a little support when it's all the way closed. So that's kind of the thinking there. But like I said, we got our trim on. So we're gonna go up right now. Go ahead and hang this. The way we marked for these here is we just kind of stuck them up there, lined them up on the edges, and marked them from there. Took a square and marked out across, and there we have it. So anyway, we're going to take this up there, like I said, and go ahead and test fit it and see what it looks like. Also, so another reason why I wanted the hinges the way they are is, like for instance, these doors here is when you open them, because these are mounted the other way around, you can only open them 90 degrees. That kind of sucks until it hits that stop on the hinge. So what I wanted to do with those is I wanted those to be able to open completely out and against the house, and then we can get something to like keep them open if we want them all the way open. Or another thing is, like my 300, if I want to park the 300 in here, which I've actually kind of been thinking about doing, in this side where there's not an oven, is I can open them all the way up. You can latch them to where they won't open, because that's one thing about these doors is we used to try to park 4-wheeler in here, pulling the 4-wheeler in. If it was windy, it would blow the wind, hit the 4-wheeler, and I don't want to do that down the side of my car that we painted 6 months ago. So that's another perk to that. But anyway, here in a moment, we're gonna go ahead, start hanging that door and see how it fits. Okay, so we got some different hinges, as you can see. The other ones I think they're over here. As soon as we opened the door or moved the door, we had them sitting on some little piece of siding that we cut off, and as soon as we took those out, hinges bent. But like I was saying before I got a phone call, the hinges immediately bent. So those won't work. So we went to Conway, picked up these. These guys are a little beefier than the other ones. And, well, the door opens. It's sitting here freely. We can shut it for the most part. So it doesn't hit in here anywhere. But now we're hitting in here with the different style of hinges. So what we need to do, I think we've determined, is we're going to take and we're just going to cut this lap off, and then we'll get some weather stripping type trim and put on here. That way you can't see any kind of a gap through there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off of here and see if our door will close. All right, so it's getting dark, as y'all can see, but we got our two doors hung. So that one we trimmed out. We went ahead and cut the lap off of it, or the little overhang, but we got both of them hung. This one here, we ended up replacing that inside stud because it was making the door hang all kind of funny. But we have two hanging doors that are pretty easy. I mean, nothing terrible. Now, it does run into the dirt here, which is fine. I don't know if y'all can see it on camera. There's a hump here. So we can take care of that. That's not a huge deal. But if we close our doors, I will say one thing that we need to take care of probably tomorrow is this door got a little much of a gap here. So when you shut them, they hit each other just ever so slightly. I mean, they shut fine, but they hit just, like I said, ever so slightly. So again, we will probably tomorrow, because it is starting to get kind of dark, we'll loosen these, or if need be, take them all the way out, scoot this over just a little bit, and we will be fine, and we can take the tractor and kind of clear that up down there. But all in all, our doors are up, and I like the way they look. So now we're gonna get started on our latch, because that's where we're going to end it off tonight. That way they will stay shut. So this is the style latch that I picked up just from Lumber One. I believe these are actually Ace Hardware branded, but super simple, just like that. So we have a few pieces of 2x4. We're going to screw into this frame on this one. We've already got it marked right here. So we're going to screw those in there, and then our latch will mount on there, and it'll be nice and super strong. And then this side, our clasp will fit right on to our 2x4. And if we feel like it's not strong enough, we can add another just to kind of reinforce it just a little bit. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead, get these on, and see if we can get this finished up tonight. All right, so we got our latches installed, and we also got just a little temporary door stopper. So if we close our doors here, that one, this one, like I said, little interference, but we'll work on that. And I'd kind of like to put like a magnet or something up there, just to kind of hold the doors closed. See if I can do this. Yeah, like that. So this is the latch, and then I want to get a padlock put on that. That way, even if you get in here, you can't open this. But Anyway, and we put these on the inside. For one, I like it, a little cleaner look. And then two, I kind of want to put like a walk door either here or down there close to the house side of things. So anyway, this works. I like it. Our doors swing nice and free. It'll stop here in just a second. Yep, there's that pile of lumber back there. Like I said, this one runs into the dirt, but we knew that the old ones did the same thing because there's a hump out there. We'll take the tractor and blade that down some. But anyway, we're gonna lock all this stuff up, clean up all of our toys out here, and I guess we will continue on that side tomorrow, because on that side we're gonna have to redo the frame and the whole deal. So it's probably gonna take a while, but once I know that we've got this one done, that side should be a breeze. It probably won't be, but it should be. So anyway, I guess I will catch y'all first thing in the morning, and we'll get back out here and get back to work. All right, so it is the next day, and we've gotten our door reframed, cut out. We need to cut that piece of siding to go back up there. We figured instead of cutting it like we did over there, we would take it down and then just cut it afterwards. So what we're doing right now is he has the Massey. We're gonna move the gooseneck just a couple feet, because it is handy to have like a bit of a table. So we're gonna move this, and I'm actually gonna see if my 300 will fit in here. I'm sure it will, but I kind of just want an excuse to be able to park my 300 in here. So we're gonna do that real quick, and we'll continue on with our doors either later tonight or first thing in the morning. All right, so the 300 does fit. We got about 6 or so inches in the back, about a foot or so in front. So that'll work. Now closing the door might be a little tricky, but it will fit in here, which is, that's nice, because I would like to park this car in here. I know I've seen signs of weather, especially on the dash, on the other side, kind of curling up a little bit. So I've been wanting to keep this thing indoors anyway, so this might be perfect, especially when we get these doors on, being able to lock all this up. And I think we want to put a walk door right there. So we have a walk door in here. I don't know where it came from, but we have a walk door, an exterior door we're thinking about putting right here. So we'll look at that in the future. But anyways, I'll catch y'all in the morning. We will get this door braced. We still need to get the braces on it. We'll get the braces on it, get it hung, put our latch on and everything, and that should be it. All right, so we got our other 2 doors framed first thing this morning, or trimmed anyway. So got our trim on both doors, got our hinges on. For this one, we need to go ahead trim this siding out where it protrudes, and then we can go ahead and get this door fitted on here. I didn't film any of that because, for one, it's the same thing we did on this side, and two, your boy's got a sinus infection and the top of my head feels like it's about to blow off. So but anyway, like I said, we're gonna get this siding trimmed, and another thing, we have some short pieces of siding we're gonna use to fill this, that the people that built this garage, I guess, didn't see the sense in siding, so we're going to finish that up after we get our doors and everything on. Okay, so I've made a discovery. So if your driveway isn't necessarily level, or wherever you're doing this, like on those, we were stacking stuff up out in the driveway and trying to make it level and all that kind of thing. I come across an idea. I don't remember where I got this idea. I think it just popped into my head. But if you're doing this as well, like we're doing it, and you want your hinges to be in a certain position, you know, like here, nice and centered on our trim piece. What I did for doing this, it makes it a little easier, because that way, with the hinges on the door where you want them, you have to have the door open to put your screws in. Doing it this way, I figured out you can make you a pilot hole that is the size of the holes in your hinges, and then come through and make a larger hole, as you can see there, that the heads of your screws fit through. Let me grab one here. So these are the 2 drill bits we used, but you make them to where the head of your screws fits through, like so. You can set the door on your flooring here. We have these pieces of siding spaced up 1/2 inch, because that splits the gap 1/2 inch at the top, 1/2 inch on the bottom, makes it nice. And then I figured you can take your bit, extend it out like so, or if you have a magnetic bit, makes it easier, makes it better. But you can set the door in here, flush it with your studs or however you want it to be, and shoot the screws in it with the door closed. Makes it easier, makes it simpler. This door is probably the best hanging door so far. And we did that trick with it, as you can see there, and the same thing down there. So we're gonna do that with this one as well. So we need to get it, we need to flip it, because this is actually the top. So we'll flip it around, get it on here, get it all screwed in. And you do have to be careful with this. You need to open it up, brace it up out there, because just having one screw, it can pivot, but just be mindful of that. So anyway, we're gonna get this other door on and see how it looks. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna lock it anyway, even though we're parking it inside. But we got the 300 in here. The doors are hung. We got our latches on and everything. If anybody was curious, yeah, that's what we got. So if you go, because in this car back here, there's a little thing in the headliner right back here. It's got lights in it. If you're looking through that, when it gets to the 2 red lights and you go just a little further, put the car in park and it rolls back a little bit, that's what you got. So we're about to go do some other stuff, but like I said, we got these. We had to shim that one a little bit. That's what the paint stick's about. But if we look here, move that little brick, go over here, we'll have to move this other one. They look really nice. I love the way they look. They work really well for, they don't swing all over the place. They don't slam. They don't, nothing like that. These do hit each other just a little bit. So hit each other up here, but bring them together just like so. Latch it, and I have a lock in the office for that. And I can actually walk between the car and the door quite easily, which is nice. So I like it. Now if I wouldn't kick the door if I wasn't worried about scratching the front of the car up, but I can still walk through here nicely. So the bad thing is now we can't get out if the doors are shut. So what I was saying, we have another walk door. It's kind of like this one, but it ain't, but it is, you know what I mean. we're talking about putting it right here, either here or down there. If we put it down there, we got to move our receptacles. We don't want to put it there for obvious reasons, but kind of look like a nose if we put it there, so that's not happening. So I think right here is the logical place. And also for our gaps here, we are going to trim that. I don't know if I mentioned that. We're going to take 1x4s and or just plywood will work and kind of trim that, make that look nice. Our hinges do stick out just a little bit, but I was actually thinking about taking something, bending those in and put a screw in them this way. I don't know if that's really needed, but let's go through here and take a look at what we've done here. For one, the 300 looks very nice parked in here, but our doors, I haven't seen them with both of them shut yet. So I'm gonna run through the front and we're gonna take a look and see how everything looks. All right, so here we have it. Now, like I was saying, we need to repaint these. We still need to cut out siding for the top. Still need to cut some out for right there. But as far as the doors go, I think they look freaking fantastic. I love the way they looks. Like I said, we need to paint them still. I think what we're gonna do, kinda, maybe, is keep the white and then get some match the red to do our Z's in. Or we might just poly the Z's and leave them in this natural, beautiful wood look. We'll have to see. But for now, I'm gonna work on something for the blue truck here. And well, when we get back, we're gonna see what we can do. I have some stuff that I actually purchased for this truck a few years ago, and I've never gotten around to playing with said thing and see if we can make it work. But actually, this might be a pretty good shot as well. So there we have it. Now, like I said, we still need to get that siding cut out, all that kind of thing. Now I got some magnets, and I want to see if I can take those magnets and put on the insides and see if we can make those. But like I was saying, I got some magnets, and I want to see if I can take those magnets and mount on the insides of those doors to use as like a temporary kind of latch until we can get to like latching them, if that makes sense. Something that if it's windy, like it's always windy here, but if it's windy, we can pull them too, and the magnets will hold the doors until you can latch them, if that makes sense. And also, I would also like to figure out something to put on the doors. That way, when they're all the way open, we can latch them. That way, again, if it's windy, we don't have to worry about the doors blowing onto a car if you're trying to park a car in here. Or, you know, if you're working like today, it's super nice today, kind of cloudy, but temperature wise, it's super nice today. Let's see what the blue truck says it is. But you know, if it's like super nice or, you know, whatever, and you want to work with the doors open, you can pull the doors out, open them up, latch them. You don't got to worry about them. So that's something I would like to look at as well. But like today, 71 degrees, super nice. Wind's blowing, get a nice little breeze, you know, the whole deal. So that's just something I'd like to look at as well. But anyway, like I said, I believe that's it. So also, I did want to mention, if y'all want to see like a cost breakdown of these doors, of the roof, you know, all this kind of thing, I can tell y'all, I don't know an exact number, I have less than $250 in all 4 doors with paint, hinges, latches, all that stuff. So if y'all want to see a price breakdown of that kind of thing, let me know. Same thing with doing this roof and the lights and all this kind of thing. Again, y'all let me know if y'all want to see something like that. But I have some notes on my phone. I'm going to check those real quick and see if I mentioned everything that I wanted to. All right, so my grandpa taking the trailer back to the shop, and we can get a look kind of how everything looks. But I like it. I think it looks really, really nice. Now, like I said, we still got to do a few things, and we're actually talking about adding a wainscoting. If you know, you know. But essentially, it's like a trim for the lower portion of the house. It would run all the way around. And I think that would look nice, and two, it would kind of help us out a little bit, because as you can see over here, we do have some little bit of rotted siding. This is masonite siding, and like I said, we do have a little bit of rot here and there. We have that y'all seen over there throughout this process. So I think adding a wainscoting, for one, it covers the rot up. Two, we don't have to try to match this siding or find somebody that sells this kind of siding. And two, I think it would give the house a nice little accent, if you will. And we could match it to the house, we could match it to the roof, we could match it to whatever we wanted to, paint-wise. So I think we're gonna do that. But anyway, guys, I think that is gonna be a wrap for this video. So with that being said, if y'all enjoyed today's video or find it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I hope everybody has a great day.